I think it's working now. I'm listening to slow jazz, so if you can hear that in the background, that's why. All right, let's connect this to me. All right. I'm just gonna wait for these cars to go by, and then we're gonna keep going. Yeah, so hang on. I said it before, but I didn't do a very good job of it because I was driving and you probably couldn't hear me very well. So today I have 3 tasks I've got to do. I've got to take a whole bunch of stuff to the tip because it's been on my mind. I've had it in the van for ages and I just haven't had a good chance to do it yet. The second is I need to go and get a small bag, preferably from Uniqlo because I like that kind of bag, just for my miscellaneous stuff. You know, I keep my wallet on me, I keep the camera on me, I keep, gum and chargers and things like that. And as much as I love pockets, I just don't have enough space for it. So that's the second thing to do. The last thing, which maybe should be the first thing, is go to the studio and clean up a little bit. I've made a bit of a mess and I really need to clean up a little bit of it. Because I work full time, I work Thursday to Sunday. I don't really, Sunday to Thursday. That's it, not Thursday to Sunday. I only get Friday and Saturday off. And Friday I typically take and do another job. I work a little bit more. So Saturday is the only real day that I get to take off and do those errands that I need to do. So that's what today is, and that's what we're gonna do. So just to recap, tip, bag, studio. All right, cool. There's no cars, so let's go. I'm on a bit of a hill, so that's probably why the van sounds a little heavy right now. But I'll tell you what, it's come out to be a really nice day today. I saw the forecast and I was a little worried it was going to be a bit wet. I still would have done everything I needed to do, but it's such a nice day today. It really is. Yeah. I kind of wonder in what color bag I'm going to get. I think black is probably the way to go. It works with everything, I was thinking maybe white because it stands out. At least then I won't lose it. But if I feel like I'm going to lose it, I'm just going to stick an AirTag in it. That way I always know where it is. But I have liked the green ones. I've seen some green bags similar to my shirt. It looks nice. I do quite like the look of them. Yeah, I don't know. Lots of things to think about, I guess. But we'll get to it when we get to it. I'm listening to some slow jazz right now. I've recently been just listening to jazz. I don't know. I've been finding that it's like really nice to listen to. Oh, there's a guy cleaning over there. Oh. Cleaning up, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. And I was on TikTok the other day and I saw these people talking about jazz for cows. Because apparently cows like jazz, which, maybe because it sounds like moos, like moo, 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 moo. I don't know, it kind of sounds like jazz, I guess. But yeah, so I went on my music playing list and I looked up jazz, and one of the top playlists was Jazz for Cows. So that's what I'm listening to right now. So, hey, if cows like it, why can't we like it, right? And if cows like it, it means it must be something pretty good, because cows are pretty smart, right? So, yeah. I've never really listened to jazz that much before. I've never really been into it, but I don't know, it's slow, it's smooth, it's nice. And this guy's gonna merge in front of me. No, he didn't. Okay. Luckily. Alright. We're just slowing down now, going into some traffic here. Not too bad. I'm gonna make sure the van doesn't turn off on me. My van has, that engine on-off mode. Sometimes it's good when I stop for a while, but other times it just gets annoying because, I stop in traffic and then I go a little bit and then I stop and then I go and it turns on, turns off, turns on, and it's just annoying because it takes a few seconds to turn on. So I rather just turn it off, eh? Yeah. And you know what? Even though it's warm, like it's like a warm day, it's still cold. Like, yeah, it's like still rather cold today. Like, I think it's about 21 degrees, which isn't too bad. It's just like if the wind picks up, I do have my jacket in the back, but if the wind keeps up, it's just, I don't know, it gets a bit brizzy, you know? Yeah. Tell you what though, it is nice when that sun, it's like cold, but like the sun's hitting you, and it's just, it feels nice. All right. I might turn you off for a sec, but I'll turn you back on in just a minute. So I've just made a little pit stop um, because I'm hungry and I haven't eaten anything this morning, which not a big deal, but you know, if I'm doing all these things, I just want to get it done now, get it out of the way. So yeah, I just made a quick pit stop and I'll do that now. Cool. All right. Glue is secured. So I've just realized it's a little bit echoey in the van, so I'm gonna keep my voice down. Um, yeah. I'm also just gonna get my stuff out of my pockets, so it's not uncomfortable. I also got a lighter because I realized the van doesn't have one, so I'm glad that works. So, not the healthiest of breakfasts, but listen, it's what they had, and it's something small. So I'm gonna eat this now, and then continue with the trip. You ready? You know, I used to love these sandwiches, and I still get them purely just because they're ham, cheese, and tomato, and I like that. But I feel like they definitely are a lot drier now. That's why I get a drink with them. Mm. It's dry, but I won't complain about that because it's still good food. You know, there's something about gas stations where you see such a variety of people from all walks of life, and then you'll never see them again. It's funny because it's like it unites everyone for the sole purpose of like needing fuel for all kinds of things, but you'll never see those people again. So I find that very interesting. It's like a zoo, and we're all animals, and we're all just watching each other. I'm sure I get watched. I would watch me too. I drive a massive van, and I'm eating a sandwich in it, and talking to a camera. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you like stare at me and like watch me? You know, like, ooh, what's that guy doing? I always thought that was funny. Oop. I like the crunch of tomato. Something about it. It's like, ooh, satisfying. Pardon me. Look at that. Doesn't that look nice? Apart from it being a little bit dry, Doesn't it look nice? I don't know, you can't see this, but there are crumbs everywhere on me. That's pretty funny, actually. It's just like, it must be the bread. It just like comes off crumbs. I think it's cool about where I am. Sorry. Sorry about that. I feel like there's one more coming. Yeah, it was alright. Sorry about that. A little bit of a burp. Anyway. Yeah, where I am, I'm so close to the tip, so it's perfect. Alright, I'm just gonna smash it. Is that in the way? I feel like that's gonna be in the way. I'm just gonna fix this up. Let's head. That was the van turning off. If I go this way, you'll come on this way. Ready? What I don't get about, like, listen, if you have the money, spend it on what you want, right? But what I don't get about Australia specifically, maybe America's different, I don't really know, I'm not there, but what I don't get about Australia is that the speed limit is still the same even if you buy a fast car. Like, sure, the car can go like 500 miles an hour or whatever, you know, or whatever. The speed limit is still 60 or 100 or 120 at most. Sure, you can go out to like whoop whoop, you know, and wherever that is, and I can blow it as fast as you can. But like, for the most part, that's not here. You're in a city which speed limits. Is it just the flashy appeal, or I don't know? Maybe it's something I'm not getting. But whenever I see fast cars, I automatically think, like, why have all that firepower if you can't fire it? You know, like it just feels like a waste. I don't know. I've always thought that was a bit something to think about that maybe people don't think about. Right. It's different for like muscle cars and you know, like retro looking cars, because it's different. It's a different kind of appeal. It's based on the look, not so much the speed of them. That's what I assume anyway. I don't know. Just what I'm thinking, like all that firepower and all that horsepower, and you know, nowhere to use it. I think the guy in front of me is also going to the tip because he's got a whole bunch of stuff in the back of his he's got like dirt, and then it looks like there's electronics over there, and on this side there's like paneling. I don't know, maybe from a fence or something. It is 11:22 now, so not too bad. We're still making pretty good time. We're just waiting for the lights to go green. Going the way that I'm going to go, it might get a bit bumpy because it's in the industrial area, so the roads aren't the best. They're not the best looked after, but that's all right. We'll still keep going. And then we're going left here. All right. Down the bumpy roads. The first of many bumps. We're driving past Adrian's scrapyard, which is like, it's
I really like it. It's a scrapyard, but they've got always just a bunch of cool things there that I like to look at, like old buses. Sometimes heaps of old cars. I'll have to show you at some point. They get like movie stuff as well from like movie sets, which I think is like really cool. Because movie sets have to get rid of their props and their sets and stuff like that, so they just chuck them there because it's the closest scrapyard for it. So we'll have to take a look at that at some point. All right. Coming up, I gotta remember what I have. It's like metal. Like, because the guy will ask me, one, where I'm from, because I always do that. I think it's to make sure that the other scrapyards haven't turned them away. Whoa, that is a massive line. Like, there's like lots of cars in this line today. I'm kind of thinking, do I need to use the big scrapyard or can I use the little one? So I've got to get it done. I think that one's open. But I'm not sure. Because there's two scrapyards, right? There's tips, right? There's the main one, which is like the big one. You just throw your stuff in, you don't worry about it, you go. And then there's a smaller one where if you have like smaller items, you actually have to like take them out, put them aside, and then they recycle it. That's basically what it is. So if the recycle street is open, I might actually take it there instead of just throwing it all away, because I have some electronics one electronic, there's a TV, and like a metal cabinet type thing. So that might be the better plan, I think. One gate is here and the other gate is there, and I'm like right in between. So, but there is a lot of queue going that way and there's no queue going that way. So I'm thinking maybe recycle street, and if I can't, I'll just loop back around. Either way, I'll have to talk to someone and tell them what I have. I remember one time I came to the tip and I had all these props in the back, all these swords and like daggers and things like that. And some of the scrapyard guys saw it and they were like freaked out. They were like, "Are you throwing those away? Are you throwing those away?" And I went, no, I'm not throwing them away. And they actually I think they got sad because they probably wanted to keep them, which is fair enough. Like when you work at a scrapyard, don't you get to keep some of the things? I'm sure you're not allowed to, but I'm sure, come on, you work at a scrapyard and you see something cool, you're not allowed to, I just saw someone come out of the recycle center, so maybe I'll go that way. I think that might be the best bet. Yeah. I'll show you what this looks like, just for example. Oh, come on. So we have quite a queue over in this way. And if I zoom up, there's like really not a chance to go through. And meanwhile, if I come out over this way, there's no one there. So I think that might be the direction I'm heading in. I'll go this way, yeah. I wonder if I'll get turned away. I don't know. Here we go. How you going, mate? I've got a TV, like an old TV.
Just going to the cage over there.
Oh, cool. And I've also got best way of describing it is like a metal cabinet.
It's a metal.
Yeah, metal.
Yeah, it's going to that. Can you see the yellow wall over there?
Yeah.
So behind it there is a steel bin. We can chuck it inside.
Okay,
yeah.
perfect.
All right.
All right.
So you can load your TV.
Perfect. All right, I guess we're doing that then. What I'll do is I'll turn this around this way so you can see what I'm doing. Alrighty, this bunch of trash. And this is the TV. Not bad, eh? Something to throw away. All right, I'm gonna go get that now. Just in this one here, mate?
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you. Hey guys. How you going? That's good, mate. Cool. So that's the TV going. This is all just this like miscellaneous cardboard and stuff. I've just had this for ages and I haven't been able to get rid of it. Okay. All right. I'm just getting it out of the way so it's not hard for anything. All right, cool. I'm gonna move that over there now. All right, well that was easy. Get that one. And then going over that way to the other one. All right, I was actually a little worried that this setup wasn't going to look good, but I'm glad it does. This next part might get a little bit loud because it's a bunch of metal, but I guess we'll see what happens. All right. All these, I don't know, circular things? I don't really know what it is. Sorry if that was loud. All right, this table thing, that's, I've got to get out. All right. Oh, it's pretty heavy. Oh, actually, it's not too heavy. I thought it was going to be heavier. There are signs all over the place that say scavengers, like no scavenging, like offenders will be prosecuted. I always wondered, like, why? Just, like, it's just trash. I can understand some things being dangerous, like microwaves and electronics, but I think for the most part, I think like just giving people stuff, you know, could be cool, or like selling it. Like selling secondhand stuff. Like I'd buy that sort of stuff. I'd be wasting so much money on that sort of stuff. I don't know, I always thought that was a little bit strange. That you can't like just go into a scrap yard, get some stuff. Maybe for like resellers and stuff like that too. I understand that, of course. Like getting like copper wire and things like that. But for the most part, I think like tables and chairs, why not, you know? Reuse that sort of stuff. All right, enough yapping for me. I'm gonna throw this away. Watch me fail miserably. All right. I actually threw away a washing machine at one point as well, and that was heavy as, and I tried getting it up here, but it was like so hard. I'm just trying to figure out where I can throw it, where it won't make like the loudest noise ever. Probably just there, eh? Okay. There's all like these like washing machines and like, bikes and stuff. Probably so they can resell that sort of stuff. They're like charity. Just don't really want to pick this up right now by myself. Sorry, I'm just being a bit, I'm just bitching it out. All right, ready? All right, ready? Big noise. And 3, 2, 1. Done. Other than this little stuff, but that stuff I can just put in a bin, you know? that was bigger stuff that I couldn't really get rid of. All right, let's get the camera and set up at the front again. Sick. When I'm doing shoots as well, this is something I've been looking at, getting like a little like tripod for my phone, because I've got this, but even this is like, it's good for like night and stuff. I don't really have one for my phone as well, just for like a get it out quick snap or whatever. And so I've been looking at getting this like 6 foot, like, because I'm 6 foot something, tripod stand for my phone to sit on, so when I'm shooting and the model's there, you can see both. I can use it for like ads and stuff and promos. It just makes life easier, because people like video a bit more than photo when it comes to like social media sort of stuff. So I've been kind of like thinking if I can get one locally, that would be cool. But at the same time, I don't think I would, because it'd be way too expensive. Because on Amazon, it's always just heaps cheaper. But yeah, that's another thing that's on my mind. I'll wait for this guy to go past. And let's go. How's this going? Is it still alive? Yeah, cool. Okay. These roads are really bumpy because it's kind of that back road, you know? It doesn't really get fixed up a lot. It's just that old tar. And top of that, I need to insulate the van, hey? Because the van is really noisy. It's just because it's metal. I've seen people do a really good insulation job with like foam and wood. Maybe I need to do something like that, especially if I keep doing these things. Yeah. Maybe. Something to think about. Something to do at some point. The many, many things on my to-do list.
So it is exceptionally busy here today. It took me way too long to get in here, which is fair enough. It's a Saturday. I expect, where else do you go on a Saturday? The shops, right? It was very busy. I was like giving way, people were giving way to me. It's fine. Now I'm in complete darkness. Anyway, I'm here now. Let's go and find this bag. Okay.
Okay, so I'm out here because I didn't do a very good job of showing off what the bag actually looks like and like talking about it. I'm also in direct sunlight, which I know is a big no-no, but I couldn't find anywhere else to park, so this is the only spot. But yeah, like this is the bag. It's just pretty good for its size, and it fits like pretty much everything so far. So like I've got my wallet in here, I'll put the DJI in here, I can chuck my keys in here, my phone's in here, and it's just like, yeah, I don't know. It's just a really nice little bag. Chuck it over my shoulder, and it like, yeah, it fits on me pretty well. It's quite nice. I can adjust it as well. Yeah, I don't know, I think it's quite nice. I can put it over there, or you know, if I'm walking places, I can put it on my front and film quickly if I need to. Yeah, I don't know, what do you think? And pose, and pose, and pose. I think it's cool. I'll probably just start wearing this from now on. Yeah, I don't know, it's cool. So I'm glad I got that. All right, so cool. 1, 2, and 3. So the tip, done. I'm gonna put this, the bag, done. So now it's just the studio. So, awesome. Let's just head to the studio then. Cool. He's got a chair in the back of his car. That's funny as. I gotta see that. It'll probably take me about 20 minutes, I think, to get to the studio from where I am right now. It takes 10 minutes from there and maybe another 10 minutes here. Yeah, I'd say about 20 minutes altogether. So, not too bad. 20 minutes of driving, listening to some music, thinking of my own thoughts, you know. It's the best way to do it. I drive, you listen, or, you know, you zone out, have a nap if you want. If I'm ever driving with someone and it's a long drive and, you know, we're both tired, I tell them to have a nap, you know. A lot of the time they don't want to, which is fair enough. They want to stay awake, have a talk. But, you know, right, there's nothing wrong about having a nap, especially when you're tired. I think it just rejuvenates you. I try and set an alarm so I'm not out for the entire time that I've taken a nap for. But an afternoon nap to wake you up, man, that's the best feeling when you wake up and you're feeling rejuvenated, you don't feel tired anymore. And I just think it's the best thing for me. I wonder if there's going to be anyone at the studio though. I'm sure someone will be in. I won't just be by myself. It's alright if I am by myself. It just means I have someone to talk to, you know? But then again, I don't mind talking to myself. Or just, you know, thinking about thoughts and stuff. How you doing in the back? You alright? I'll bring you back up to the front in just a minute, alright? Alright, just hang out a little bit longer in the back and just relax a little bit. I'll get you and I'll bring you to the front in just a moment. I just thought of this funny idea. It's POV, you've been kidnapped and you're in the back of my van. That could be a cool video idea. From the perspective of being trapped as like kidnapped, but you make it really aesthetic and like almost like ASMR. It's like, it's not like you don't want to be kidnapped, it's like you do want to be kidnapped, you know, because it's so nice, it's so peaceful. I don't know, like driving through like a nice, like, I don't know, mountainside or something, but you're in the perspective of like the back of the van. I think that could be kind of cool, eh? Make it really aesthetic and nice. It's so stupid, but I reckon it could be kind of cool, hey? So, at the studio, I'm going to go inside. All right, in the studio. Cool. There's just some building downstairs. That's why it's so loud. I just closed that door. All right. I'm just going to check my keys here. Cool. So, 3 things to do. Got to go in the spare room, get some gear out, load it in the van, and a couple other little things. So I'm just gonna go over this way and do that. Gonna turn the lights on first. Lights are on. So the lighting isn't perfect in here, so you'll have to bear in mind. There's also the aircon. I don't know if you'll be able to hear me that well, but I probably won't be talking that much. Basically just gonna be moving my stuff and then, yeah, going back. So, not too sure. There's a whole bunch of little fun things in here. There's, a bunch of props, accessories, set design stuff, just so much miscellaneous just stuff. And that's the best part about it. It's just so cool, there's just so much creative stuff. I'm also just going to zoom this out, just so you can see a little bit better. So I was wondering where they were. I've got a couple like tripod-y stands kind of things around. So I'm just gonna move some stuff around. Cool. Got them. Whoops. Falling into things. All right, cool. So tripods are secured. It's not really cleaning up. It's just kind of having it in the van. I have a job coming up and I'll probably need them on me when I'm out, because we'll be out in like a little, foresty bit. So it's just good to have in the van. Yeah. Other than that, I think that's all I need. So I'll take this downstairs and I'll put them in the van. Cool. It's a little bit noisy out there, but that's not too bad, I guess. Cool. Secured. The van's a bit messy right now, so I might just clean it up a little bit. I'm just gonna chuck them secure on the floor. I can keep them nice and safe for now. All right. I think that's just about it. That's everything that I needed to do. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else I needed to do. I don't think so. All right, well, I guess that's it then. See you next time. Cool.